Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media. Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian Pulse.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का नंबर 1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com. The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Hello everyone, welcome to Y Media Group. I am your host Shelly Seni. In less than 2 weeks' time, the people of Toronto will decide who is to be the new mayor of Toronto. As part of our special coverage of Toronto's mayoral race, we have been conducting one-on-ones with Toronto's mayoral candidates. And joining me right now is Kiri Vadivelu. He is the candidate of Toronto's mayoral race. Welcome, Kiri. How are you?
Oh, hi, Bunny. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Kiri Vadivelu, and I'm running to be the first socialist mayor of Toronto. And it's an exciting platform that I'm more than happy to discuss. And I'm very pleased to be here and seeing your listeners.
So for the benefit of our audience, if you can give us more details as to where you're coming from, like what your background is and why are you jumping into the political arena?
Oh, yes. I am a tenant in Toronto, and I have been in Toronto for the past 20 years. Originally, I immigrated from Sri Lanka. What I am in the platform that I'm fighting for is right now, as we see, our city is in crisis, and it is a failed capitalist system. That's why, we have 102 candidates, but there's only one candidate who is talking about changing the system, not the leader, but changing the system that works for to make it work for people. So I'm fighting for immediate mass social housing construction and expropriation landlords and free public transit. And I seek to repair our schools, cut police budget by at least 50%. I demand a climate justice agenda, a replacement of strong mayor powers with grassroots participatory budget process, and steep taxation of properties of big business and the rich. And we are a grassroots organization, that's Municipal Socialist Alliance, which is very busy in the community right now and advocating for socialist transformation of our society. And from that revolutionary platform, I am standing on a socialist change for Toronto, and that actually the change would put Toronto to be one of the leading cities in the world, because we cannot have a world-class city without including everyone in the city. So that's a goal. That's why we have this Vote Socialist campaign, and I'm number 97, and this would be a class-conscious leadership that we are fighting for.
Right. So you mentioned that cutting the police budget is part of your platform. Now, city is dealing with heightened. It's a crisis, if we can use this word, which the city is facing when we talk about crime, and a lot of other candidates are, and this is one of the major issues. And all of the candidates, when they come up front, they are talking about how they're going to restructure and actually add more police. How will you ensure the safety of the community if you are cutting the budget?
That's one of the key questions we get asked by most of the public that we come across, members in the public. Thing is, we see as socialists, we see crime as a social problem, not a police problem only. And in the past 10 to 15 years, if you take, we have been increasing police budget, but the violent crime has not really decreased. It only got worse, and it actually goes to show there's a real inequality crisis in our city that is continue to worsen the quality of life for everybody. So what we are doing is we are putting money. We are taking the money from the police and putting it to the community where it's needed the most to address the basic crisis. So such as mental health, for an example. And why? I mean, we look at it in a way that mental health is not a police problem; it's a social problem, and it needs to be funded adequately to address the problem. And what's happening right now is that all the resources are going toward policing, and we have a lot of youth, particularly South Asian, the black youth. When they come across police, they don't have a chance. Usually, they end up with a criminal record, and they don't have a future in the city. So this is a that the system is set to fail our immigrants, our youth. So that's why we have this transformation of socialist transformation of our society through a better city that actually advocates the address the inequalities and the crisis, the root causes of the problem in our society. That again, housing, education, and basic needs, meeting the basic needs. For example, free transit. Why? Because who uses our public transit? Workers, students. And what we have right now is, we are putting, the city is putting more police in the public transit to 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 catch people who don't have money to pay for fares. And that's again is a set to fail system. So what we are advocating is to make it public transit free. In that way, that actually eliminates the traffic gridlock. And when we have a reliable public transit, people will use public transit, and that takes away the dependency on the personal vehicle. So we are doing two things at once. One, we are addressing climate crisis, and we are addressing inequality crisis. So when we talk about inequality and the policing issue, we cannot ignore the climate crisis that we are facing right now. In some part of the Toronto, we can barely. Why? Because again, this uh, heavily reliance on personal automobiles, and heavily reliance on this transportation system, that actually puts people in harm's way. So that's why we have this program where that we defund the police, fund the community, and transit, fund our schools, repair our schools, and make our city take our city forward, not backwards.
Go out, step outside, talking to people. What is the kind of feedback you are getting from people when they understand your platform?
Oh, indeed. It is a lot of learning for. I mean, these are the kind of programs, the grassroots programs. Not has been really thought well in the past. The beauty about our socialist program is all inclusive. So you don't, the voters don't have to go for one. For example, if someone needs a free transit, they don't have to look for one candidate, but they can all come to the same socialist program where they have all the options. Oh, if you care about climate, vote socialist. You want a free public transit, vote socialist. Well, you want to solve the problems in our society through restructuring the way how our society responds to the inequality crisis. You want, and you want to solve homeless crisis. For an example, we are the first. We have the. I mean, I have the first platform that actually shows immediate solution, which is seizing the vacant spaces to bring it to the housing market. And what is the second step we have is expropriation of jail landlords. And what is the third, the real long-term solution is building a mass social housing construction. So these are, again, our platform has a full framework to solve all the problems in our city. So this is again the platform that designed to address the needs of Toronto and the demands of Toronto. So that's the platform that I'm standing on. I'm so proud to stand on it, and this is what we need. Instead of just having few points to get elected, we have a solution that where people can choose, and that's what makes me proud to be here. Thank you.
Right. Well, it's a tight race for the mayor of Toronto, and poll after poll, Olivia Chow has maintained her lead. Now, most recently, it was one of the front runners, Mark Saunders, who actually asked all of the other candidates to join forces with him against Olivia Chow. What's your take on that?
Oh, yes, and I did have a look at Olivia Chow's program as well. What it is that she does have pretty decent program compared to other candidates, and and folks like Mark Saunders is all out attack, and because he doesn't have a platform, he doesn't have a program. All he has is more for police and less for community, and that's his platform. and and that's why that his platform is based on critics of progressive programs such as Olivia Chow's program. And I think Olivia Chow is a good program, but really inadequate to address the needs today. Nearly 10,000 people in Ontario are facing homelessness. Olivia Chow is, it's a reform program. It's not a revolutionary program that will actually solve the crisis. So while I'm optimistic her program, but I'm really not I guess in a confident that her program will address the needs of Toronto. That's why that I'm saying what I'm advocating for is the complete restructure. I want to, I haven't seen her talking about defunding the police to fund communities. I mean, she is funding community, but where she is going to get the money from? For an example, our program is based on realistic means that we can achieve today. We take the resources from police, we put it to the community, and and also with that we how we look at the traffic enforcement right now. For an example, everybody, when you get stopped, when you get a a speeding fine, for an example, the ticket is whether whether your earning is 20,000 or 5 million a year. Your penalty is, for an example, $120 ticket, and it hurts differently to based on how your income is. So that's again, we have added this extra revenue option in our program, where that our enforcement, the traffic enforcement would have additional revenue tools for revenue through having a fair application of traffic laws. So that not everybody would be treated. I mean, not everybody will. For example, somebody in the higher income bracket would think, oh well, it's part of the expense. But whereas we have a fair application of law for everybody. So while we are addressing all these issues in the background, we have real means to achieve those shortcomings of funds in the city. And those are, again, I don't see that in Olivia Chow's program. So yeah, those are all programs actually addressed in socialist platform, and that's really gets me going all day.
All right. Well, it's a tight race, like I said. So, and 26th of June is not very far. If not becoming the mayor of Toronto, if that happens, then what next? What lies ahead for you? What's your plan?
Well, our program is here to stay. So this would be the program Socialist Alliance would continue to advocate, and that is to until all these programs are implemented. And it doesn't have to be me implementing these programs, but whoever implements this program, I'm more than happy. And that's what I'm looking for as a Torontonian. And I am more than optimistic this will set the tone for what's to come for the future of Toronto. And whether, regardless of how the race goes, I am here to make the change, and I'm already making the change, and that's I'm proud of.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, my pleasure.
With this is a wrap on our special interview with Toronto mayoral candidate Kiri Vadivelu. For all the latest news and updates, you stay tuned with Y Media. Thanks for watching.
Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media. Y Media.